the story from yesterday really was this kid Cooper Flagg.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he was everywhere doing everything. I saw a video on Twitter of him hitting a three-pointer over Anthony Davis, and the crowd went wild. Oh, wait, it was just practice. But it seemed like the timeline went wild.
It's a lot of people at that practice. If you look at the clips of the video, there's a lot of damn people there.
It's enough to where you could probably piece together the video to make it an actual
exactly.
game.
Yeah.
But what was your thoughts about this Cooper Flagg kid? Well, I'll be honest. I've seen about 2 minutes and 15 seconds total of Cooper Flagg playing, and it was all yesterday on Twitter against Team USA.
Now, I've seen his stuff from high school. He's legit, even though you see I got my Tar Heel gear on today. He's committed to go to that school that's down Tobacco Road in Durham. But no, the kid's legit. I tell you this, he excites me more than when Kyle Filipowski was first going to Duke. This kid's got the goods, man, and when you're playing with other grown NBA players and you're showing your worth, it is like, okay, Duke, get ready to have him for a year because that's all you're getting him for. He's gone. He's probably going to be a top 3, top 4 pick. But I like when young bucks going, man, and they don't have no fear. This is what you're there for. These are the guys you're going to be playing against going into next season a year from now anyway. So you might as well show what you have. You might as well come in there. You might as well go at these guys. Like you said, hit the 3 over Anthony Davis. No, don't pump fake and pass to somebody. No, bang that 3 right in his face. That's an NBA champion right there. In my opinion, that's a top 5, top 6 player in the league right now.
Sure.
On both ends of the floor right now. Yeah, you want to drain that 3 in his eye. So my hat to him. Props to him, man. Like I said, I separate the Duke Carolina thing for right now because he's doing it for Team USA.
How magnanimous of him.
Former military Army man myself. It's all about the red, white, and blue and the stars and stripes, man. So I love it. I love seeing him there. But these stories, man, this goes back to where Weber and those guys, like the Fab Five, were practicing like with the Dream Team. Juwan Howard, Chris Webber, those guys, they were practicing with the Dream Team. And there was a story that they beat them at a practice one day. Then they went to lunch, and they were talking trash. And they came back that night to scrimmage and play again and got smoked. And then got smoked for the rest of the time that they were allowed to be there. And this was before social media, cameras, all this stuff. These are just stories you got to get from Weber, Juwan Howard, all the guys, Jalen Rose, all the guys that were invited, Shaq, that were invited to go play there and practice around with the kids. But I was impressed with him, man. But if you Martin, if you go YouTube his his school stuff, the kid's legit, man. The kid's good.
I mean, he's committed to Duke. Like, I'm not expecting him to be like,
he's not Bronny James. I
expect him to be good. Like, I expect him to be, have some level of talent if he's been talked about like this in the last couple of years. The thing I can't get away from this was probably the biggest scrimmage of his life, biggest game of his life.
Yeah, so far.
And for LeBron and Anthony Edwards and Anthony Davis and the rest of them, this was practice.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I think there's a little bit of, it's like a NASCAR driver trying to race down the 405 or something like that.
Hold on.
I'm not trying to downplay.
I know, but I push back against the practice thing. I think there's some of these players, it is practice, Martin, but I think some of these guys there, man, are they're balling. They're there it's practice, yeah. But they're not going to treat it like practice.
But Cooper Flagg was trying to make a stamp and make a name for himself in the moment like this. Like,
you're saying it like that. All
this is his Game 7, right?
Yeah.
This is his probably the most it has to be. It has to be the most collection of talent that he's been on the court with at any time.
Absolutely.
So he's trying to prove himself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think Anthony Edwards out there trying to prove himself in the same way.
I mean,
I should say this: Anthony Davis or LeBron James.
Yeah, I was
Steph
about
Curry.
to say
He's trying to prove themselves in the same way.
Nah, Ant say he the number 1 option, so he is there. He is there trying to prove himself because he talking like.
Well, let's go there.
He's the show.
Let's go there.
Okay.
Then.
Well,
all right, because everybody was up in arms when Anthony Edwards said he's the number 1 option. They're going to have to play through me. But you kind of look at the roster and you wonder, well, I've seen several reputable people saying, who's better?
Martin.
I think there are players who are better. But I just love the kid's attitude.
Martin. Hey, listen, I'm all for swag. I'm all for moxie. But there's a time and a place for it. He should be treating this situation right now as he should not even be talking. Just absorb. Absorb. You are with the greatest collection of basketball players. Now, there's some other countries that I think are really good, but the USA has the best talent that we're going to put on the court, and you did just get sent home in 5, and you should have probably been swept.
But he was all okay. But let's be honest. That's after sweeping Phoenix.
That's after
and after
sweeping, yeah.
beating the defending champions.
I got you.
So you can't just say they got sent home in 5. Like they lost in the first round. That was the Clipper. That was Mr. Disrespect to Paul George,
yeah.
who got sent home like
but
that.
Still, the fact is, you haven't got to finals. You haven't won anything. You're still young. There are people who believe you're it. There are people who believe you're the goods. There are people who believe you're next. I don't like the Jordan comparisons because nobody's compared to Michael Jordan. So I don't like anybody being compared to Michael Jordan. I just thought this would be an opportunity for him to just. I'm going to play chill. I'm going to play back. He's going to play on, 2 or 3 more Olympic teams. Their first time around, just chill. But I mentioned this back during the playoff run on our show, Martin and VJ. Let it be organic. I don't mind moxie. I don't mind swag. I don't mind confidence. I like it, though, when it's a little more organic. But sitting there with the hat cocked, I'm the number one. They got to play through me. I'm the number. No, bro.
Stop.
Stop
Me up. I
Stop.
love it.
No.
I love it.
Steph Curry's there. They're not playing through you.
Steph Curry's old.
See, now. What?
LeBron James is old.
Old?
Me and Steph Curry were in college at the same time. He ain't old for the world.
Oh,
but
my
he old
God.
for this sport.
Steph Curry is still a top what? Where you put him in the league right now? Where's Steph Curry in the league right now?
Top 10. I don't say the fact he's old.
Come on, man. You're not. Nothing's running through you, bro. Be humble. Be humble on this one. It's okay. You got plenty of time for moxie. You got plenty of time for confidence. I just believe that this next 3 weeks, it's okay. And you show vets a lot. You think vets like hearing that? No, they didn't.
Who gives a good damn?
The vets.
I tell them
the vets.
Do something about it.
The vets.
Do something about it, old man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what he was doing to Kevin Durant in the first round of the playoffs.
Curry will toast.
Hey, that's what he was doing to Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in the first round of the playoffs. Do something about it.
Kevin Durant might be done. I mean, after the news I just saw, who knows? I'm not.
All reports are saying it's a slight calf strain.
Yeah, I know.
So he's expected not to miss too much time. But here's the thing, Anthony Edwards.
Just remember that Achilles, though.
Remember last year? Achilles. Last year we were having a conversation about the World Cup, and I said I expected Anthony Edwards to take a massive step forward after playing an international play. Yep. You see that sometimes guys go play in the Olympics, they come into the next season, they're just straight killers.
He probably was the best guy in the World Cup. He probably was the best player. Yeah, he's the best player in the World Cup.
But the plan initially was for him to come off the bench.
For the FIBA World Cup?
For the FIBA World Cup last year. That was
he coming off the bench on this team.
I
from all the old guys.
I think so, too. But, as my dad used to tell me in my career, it doesn't matter who starts, it matters who finishes.
Who finishes.
But
he won't be finishing games. He won't be finishing games. Stop it.
This is what he had to say when Steve Kerr was going to bench him, or I say bench him like he was never going to play. He was going to have Anthony Edwards be the 6th man on the FIBA World Cup team. He goes, quote, I mean, of course I wasn't cool with it. If that's what it takes, I'm willing to do it, but I'm never going to be cool with it. And then he said, Kerr said, Dwayne Wade came off the bench when Kobe played. I was like, all right, we don't have a Kobe, but all right. And it was cool. And then within one practice, he was from that bench into the starting lineup and ended up being the best player on the team.
Okay, well.
Sign me up for unbridled, unmitigated, unwarranted confidence. I love it. I love it.
There's a time.
Braggadocio. Talk your stuff, boy.
There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to be cocky. There's a time to have a little arrogance in life. And there's a time to just have a humble confidence. I don't mind moxie. I don't mind. But these 3 weeks, this is the perfect time for him to really just chill. We know you're a baller. But these guys have championships. You're playing with guys that have hoisted the Larry O'Brien multiple times. LeBron's got 4. Steph's got 4. Katie's got 2. Like, you're playing with dudes that won rings, bro. Take this time right now. You can go back to being cocky and arrogant in August. But right now, I would like for him to just soak this moment in. Kyrie made this mistake. Remember when he challenged Kobe one-on-one at the USA practice and was talking all that trash? And Kobe got pissed at one point like, you better talk to your dad. All right, bro. He was like, no, I'm not trying to be a little kid. Like, I want to play Kobe. And then the clip goes to when they finally met each other on the court. And he shut Kyrie. Like, bro, but you could have just took a humble route and avoided that embarrassing moment of the king saying, hey, homeboy. Hey. We'll
see if an embarrassing moment happens for Anthony Edwards, or if he reestablishes,
Steph going to drop 45 on him.
Well,
Steph going to drop 45 on. Steph going to have 40 plus on Minnesota one game next year.
If there's anything, well, I'm not talking about in Minnesota next year. I'm talking about in the next 3 weeks. As these exhibition games play,
he'll get some
there's one thing that we definitely know. Of course he's going to. I mean, everybody's going to play in the exhibition games. And I think Anthony Edwards is squarely a part of this rotation.
Yes, everybody's a part of rotation. Like you said, everybody's going to play. Even they're going to beat some teams. You see the group.
Hold on, Tyrese Halliburton is on the team.
Yeah, but you see, he's going to get some run at the point. But do you see the group they're in? They're gonna crush this group. I don't think they'll face any challenge unless they go up against France or Canada.
I think France crush the Olympics.
You got to win in every game by 20.
No, I said they'd have an average margin of victory by 20.
Well, you got to win every game by 20 then.
Well,
Pretty much.
That could happen. They also could win the first one by 40 and the second one by 10.
Yeah, okay, so.
Or 30 and the second one by 10, and then it's average margin of victory of 20.
I feel you. If they're going to have an average win of 20, they're not going to win a game by 10. Like I said, I think Canada and I think France have a chance to give them some. Canada has a squad. And Dylan Brooks is already talking. He's already geared up for that. We should not lose a game.
I have the only team that I would even think would push it close, all due respect to our neighbors up north, would be France.
France, yeah.
That's it. Because there's literally nobody in the world who can guard Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, if he's going off in the way that I assume that he will go off, and they're used to the rules over there and all that, all the funny rules, 5 fouls, technical fouls or personal fouls, there's short quarters, all of that. Goaltending, the lane is weird, all of that stuff. Yeah. They're used to that over there.
I thought about that. I brought that on a podcast 2 nights ago that if they're going to officiate the game like they do internationally, if the USA ever gets into a game where their jumper's not falling and they just can't drive and get to the bucket, it could be problems against a good team, not against Puerto Rico, not against but against a good team. They get to a game where their jumper's not falling, and they can't just carry and walk like we do here in America. They're gonna call travel in the Olympics. They're gonna call carrying the Olympics. I've seen them do it. If they can't just get to the hole and just put their shoulder down and run over people, I'm just saying I don't think they'll lose a game. But average margin of 20 through these Olympics, we'll see. I don't know if maybe.
Mark my words. Anthony Edwards will have a memorable moment from this whole Olympic run.
Oh, it's gonna be some type of dunk or something. Yeah, of course.
Just brutalized Rudy Gobert on a dunk. I can't wait. I can't wait. Go get him.
His teammate, baby. Maybe he'll just run through his chest like Kobe did Powell.
Maybe.
Yeah.